Okay, so the Democratic Caucus and indeed to the people that we have proposed, Janet Wall, Tim Horgan, Peter Bixby, Keith Howard, Cecilia Rich, and Tom Southwood would be our Democratic members of the Executive Committee, and is acceptable to the Republicans, given the people. Yes, Representative.
I move that we accept the nominations that have been put forward by the Democrats and the Republicans, respectively, for the Executive Council.
Moved and second by Representative Petrie, I believe. Is there a discussion? Further discussion, Representative Jensen.
Just being new, can you list the names and where they're from?
Right, so Representative Wall is from Madbury. Member of the former Executive Committee. Representative Horgan is from Durham. He's also been on the Executive Committee in the past. Representative Bixby from Dover. Representative Howard, who's from Barrington. Representative Richard. Strafford. Oh, Strafford, I'm sorry. Representative Rich from Somersworth and Representative Southwood from Dover has also been on the Executive Committee in the past. So, further discussion. Seeing none, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? So we're done with that. Thank you, everyone. And now we have to, we already had the vote. And there's one item that I don't see here, but it is to allow the officers to vote.
I believe that we Chairman Blair.
Yes, item 12, motion to allow chairman, vice chairman, clerk to be voting members of the executive committee. That's the way it's all the time. Is there a motion to that effect? So moved. Representative Horgan moves and seconded by Representative Newton. Is there a discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Thank you. That's done. And now I recognize the chairman of the county commission, Representative Commissioner Blair.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. For those of you who are new, I didn't do it for Larry, so I'm chairman for the county for the next 3 weeks. Commissioner Bob Watson from Rochford, Commissioner Rollo, Darrell from North Carolina, our county attorney, Larry.
Could you speak from a microphone so the people on Zoom could hear you?
Good.
Thank you.
Okay. I'll repeat myself again. I'm George Larson, Chairman of the Board of County Commissioners. Commissioners, I'm sworn into the first week of January. I'm serving as the chairman. The vice chairman is Boston from Rochester, where he has a role. Also, and behind this is our chairman. We're working on the county budget at present, and we are required by law to have a budget to the delegation and the selectmen and the event city council county by January 15th. We will be receiving that budget shortly. We are working on the budget. Having worked on this time. That's Chair. The board working with all of you. We can move on.
Yes, Representative Wall.
Can you give us some idea about the county budget process for new members in terms of when we can expect some figures and when we can start meeting, please?
As I mentioned earlier, the statute requires the county commissioners to present a budget for the plan, like after January 15th. That process is ongoing on our end. And then what will happen is the delegation has historically broke down into subcommittees to review different aspects of the county budget. Those subcommittees are appointed by, established by the chairman. And you have to March 31st in order to act on the budget by statute. If you fail to act, the commission's budget automatically becomes law. We've got a few months ahead of us. And that's our system. March 31st. But at the chair, you meeting, normally what will happen, you break down the subcommittees. And they look at the budget, the subcommittee report, the executive committee, and the executive committee makes a recommendation.
Okay, so at this point, for the new people, especially, I have to point out that one of the key ingredients of this whole process is we need contact information from all the people. We have your addresses, to which we have sent, written messages and so forth. But we don't have your phone numbers in some cases, or we don't have your email addresses. And so we need that information tonight so we can contact you more easily than having to send stuff out by mail. And secondly, we also need you to select your choice of the subcommittee that you'd like to serve on. We have 4 subcommittees in Strafford County. We have the Riverside Rest Home Subcommittee that's been chaired in the past, and Wall. Then we have the Criminal Justice Subcommittee, which has been chaired in the past by people who are no longer with us. Then we have Revenue Subcommittee and General Government Subcommittee. And we will send out, once we have your contact information, we will send you out a request to look at the subcommittees, consider them, and then get back to us with your choice of the subcommittee that you'd like to serve on. And in the past, sometimes it's distributed itself magically so that virtually every subcommittee filled up and one was stuck with their first choice. And everybody got even the first choice and one person had a second choice. So we'll ask you to rank them the same way that you can count. And then we'll distribute them, similarly to the Concord. And then the subcommittees, once the budget is released by the commissioners, appointed by the appointed date, then the subcommittees will convene under the supervision, if you will, or leadership of their subcommittee chairs. You'll have that portion of the budget that your subcommittee deals with, and come back with the recommendations. That's all they are, is recommendations, and then the executive committee will have that in their described matter, and then also one set by law, we will budget where it works for those of you who are new. And if you have any questions, some of your longer serving town or city colleagues would be happy to help you, or call me up, whatever works best, so we have an idea of how this works in terms of the questions we may have.
So, I was lucky to get this, it's called a Rockingham County Convention. It's a recent history for new members, and it's just like a little guidebook for new people. It gives just, a lot of great information. Do we have anything like that for Strafford County? If we don't, we put something together.
Sounds like a good plan to me.
I'll take care of that. That's I think a reflection of the orientation that was given by the New Hampshire Association of Counties a couple of weeks ago that everybody was invited to. So I'll just simply take theirs. We'll do what Rockingham did and put our name on it and set it out.
For those of you who may not know, this is Raymond Bauer, the county administrator, who's also the administrator of county nursing home, and has been for 30 years.
A few more than 30.
And I would see Representative Bixby recognized.
Yes, in the past, the, county commissioners and, Red Hour have, had tours available for the, new delegation members so that they can get some sense of how the, nursing home works, how the jail works, how the facilities here work. I was wondering if you were planning on doing.
Yeah, that information will be in the letter that comes out to, offerings where we'll do it individually, or either we prefer, there was a group of 3 or 4, it'd be easier, but we'll do it individually, day, night, weekends, and everything. Unless the Buffalo Bills go to the Super Bowl, and then I'm sorry, I'm tired of that. But when the odds seem remote.
Well, I would strongly urge even people who may have been here for a while but haven't seen the jail recently or the nursing home. I strongly urge you to take advantage of the tours, because, we're very proud of our jail, which is still relatively new and a beautiful design and it allows us to have a very relatively small staff in comparison with the number of residents we have. And the staff also really eats it up over time, not the cost of building the structure. And so it's very important to see that, but also to see a nursing home and where our residents get really caring attention. Just the county dispatch center downstairs is also very interesting to see how high tech it is and how effective it is in dispersing our law enforcement people and so on. So this is something that you're going to own for the next 2 years, so to speak, and it's probably going to take advantage of that opportunity to see because being very instructive for those of you who are making decisions about the budget for those administrative facilities. So Representative Fitzpatrick, Mr. Vice Chair, you're right.
We've mentioned procedure a couple of times here tonight. There isn't any question that in Concord we use masons. I'm unclear what parliamentary procedure we would use.
We use Robert's
As
we use Robert's rules, but also practice and procedure, practice and precedent covers a number of things we do as well.
but you do use them.
We use Robert's. By the way, I should point out that the vice chair is a certified parliamentarian with 30 years or something.
Yeah, but I don't know masons.
You don't have to know maybe we don't use that. Yes.
I have to.
Representative.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Along, last name, I'm sorry,
Fitzpatrick.
his questioning, as Representative Smith mentioned before, like herself, I'm a very detailed and process-oriented individual. And I learned for the first time last week that we indeed do
We do.
Robert's Rules of Order. And in doing so, there are some issues in there that I think we should clarify prior to them coming up in the future. One of the issues is participation, voting other than in person. Okay? I know prior to COVID, this body, I was here a couple of times. If you were here, you were part of the group and you voted. Roberts is very specific on deliberative sessions, deliberative bodies, committees. That being that in order to vote, unless there is something in your bylaws, which I just also learned tonight, that we do not have, that it requires special rules. And in fact, a single past precedent is not actually something that will carry forward. So I guess what I'm suggesting to the chair or to whoever, and I'm actually pretty shocked that this body does not have bylaws. I mean, every other deliberative body I've ever been into, small, large, whatever, has some sort of bylaws. And there's where you can put in your special rules for video conferencing, what we all call Zoom now, or voting absentee, or whatever. Robert's rules does not allow this body to do that. We cannot vote via Zoom. So I just want that out there now, that unless the body comes up with a bylaw, you know, a constitution bylaws type of the document or whatever, that, voting needs to be in person. You know, I'm not the only one who's gone through great expense at times and great personal, taken time to come back early so I could be here in person to vote. That's being a process and detail oriented person. I think that's what we should be doing. So I just want, you know, how you want to go about that, Mr. Chairman, but that that specific issue of being in attendance, unless I see some kind of a special rule or bylaws implemented each time that if it's attempted a vote to be done other than in person, I will object and put it on record. Thank you.
Thank you. May I, that's a good point, and if we don't have such bylaws and or special rules, we should. I would ask staff to do a research to see if there are some that might go back prior to anybody sitting on this on this delegation, and make certain that there is something there, first of all. But it would probably be appropriate for us to draw something up and probably have to amend, even if there is something there that's 35 years old or something, because obviously they no one even close Zoom meetings in those days. And you should know from a Robert's Rules of Order standpoint, Robert's fought this for years. Robert's Rules of Order is updated every 10 years. And as is Mason, by the way. And for years, the committee fought doing telephone, internet, because the whole concept is that people are supposed to meet in a, pardon me, I stutter on these, in a deliberative assembly. You can't do it over the phone or, you know, even on Zoom. So I first asked staff to really do a research to see what legal basis there is, because if you don't have any legal basis for you using Roberts, then even ask questions. So if I may, Mr. Chair.
So I think this
Yes.
is
Yes.
valuable discussion, representative.
Yeah, I would raise the question, staff, we have staff, this delegation, we don't, what's the staff that we have? We don't have any staff. The point I want to bring up, which is kind of a pet peeve, and the minutes. Who is responsible for our delegation meeting minutes? Because I went online today and it's very difficult to navigate the Strafford County homepage, and the last minutes that we had was August 24. Now, there's a habit of, because the minutes haven't been approved, they don't put them out, but if you want, you can come down here, I guess somehow, and they'll show them to you, but on the homepage, there is a section that says minutes, and August 24th is 11. So our September meeting, there's no minutes for the public to see without coming here and going through a metal detector. There's no minutes of our November meeting and December meeting. Unless I'm mistaken, 91A says within 5 days, and I'm sure Representative Fitzpatrick can attest to this, they can be out there. And then they're not out there. They had it on the, under the minutes, they had December 5th, was it? And they just showed the new plans we saw, or the workshop. It mentioned a workshop date. The only thing on there was the plans for the new nursing home. No discussion was on there either. And I don't think if you just say you haven't approved them yet, so we don't post them, is a major disservice to the citizens we represent, where if they want to see anything, they've got to come down here. Now, again, referring to Representative Fitzpatrick, who was the city manager for years, you put them out there, you put draft. You just watermark them draft. Everybody gets it. Draft means they're not approved yet, but they're out there. So what are we doing as a delegation when we've had several meetings way beyond the 5-day period, and there's no minutes available? or no minutes that are, I should say easily available, and that's what we should do. If there's a way to access them on the homepage for Strafford County, the most recent one should be on there, whether they're approved or not. Rockingham County, again, and that's a lot bigger county, a lot more money, I get it. It takes money to do this stuff. Well, you go to Rockingham, man, those minutes are right there, they're right there, the December minutes are on there. So, I don't want to violate the law, but are we violating the law because our minutes aren't anywhere for people to see? Easily see without going through, either calling in and saying, hey, could you send me a copy of the minutes, or going through a metal detector. And one time I went through the metal detector, they grabbed my knee to make sure I had a fake knee, a replacement knee. Maybe a different person checking that, it would have been okay. I don't know. We shouldn't have to make people go through that to get our minutes. And the other thing I want to say is I find, and I hope you guys do, everybody here does, I find the workshops very, very productive. And I hope that we can continue doing workshops. Because we're finding stuff like, we'll have staff do it. Well, we don't have a staff. Well, okay, we'll see what the minutes say. Well, we can't really see what the minutes say, because nobody's done it. And it goes on and on at the county level. Our job, the simple term of our job as a delegation is we control the purse strings. We can't tell the commissioners who to hire, who to fire, or what's visit, what, positions are open and close. They run the county, that's their job. We control the purse strings. So now, if I have a question where I say, okay, I want to see this unassigned fund balance, what's in there, and I want to see every deposit that's been put in there for the last 5 years. Now, as a delegate that wants to control the purse strings, where and how do I have to go to see that? Do I have to file a right to know request? Is there somebody I could speak to directly? Is it overstepping my bounds? These are questions that, if nothing else, we should have a workshop and, get this stuff settled out and have everybody have a list or whatever of what they have concerns with, so we can do our job better. And, that, I would like to see that, but the minutes really bothers me. They're not a bit readily available.
Well, I think it's very well taken. And this is not the first time I've heard comments with regard to the county website in terms of not being, up to date or whatever. And that's certainly something we look at. I see representatives.
So from the discussion that we've just had, it's clear that there are a number of procedural shortcomings that we need to address as a delegation. And as a delegation, our duty to do that. We are not going to manage to do that tonight, but I think that we should set that as one of the items on our agenda for the coming term. And I think that Representative Beaton's idea of having a workshop to get the process started is a very good one.
Thank you. I couldn't agree more. And Mr. Bauer is a very able administrator, and that's what we will get on this.
In the meantime, we're happy to post draft minutes.
And
We're happy to post draft. You brought it up before, the delegation took no action. I see the settlement of the delegation, happy to post draft minutes. They're always prepared within the 5 days it's required. We'll post it with a big draft.
so you guys, the other ones that somebody is supposed to do that. Right, and the ones I think are great.
She works in cooperation with the clerk. We'll take the information down, we'll share it with the clerk, go over it, but that sometimes doesn't happen in the 5 days. So what will be posted is minutes that have draft, right? Lightly printed across, so that it doesn't interfere with the writing. And then subsequent, the clerk will review it. And then at the next delegation meeting, you'll accept it, and the minutes will be either altered or put on there with the draft. We'll post that within 5 days.
The comments of that, I did thank Secretary Frost I said, boy, you did a good job with the minutes, the ones that I saw, and she said, I didn't do. So whoever was in that county level was doing a good job. You can see the smoke coming out, very, very over.
Okay,
But not current.
We'll take care of it.
so again, we need the contact information from all of you who are used, phone numbers and your email addresses, so we can get at you. Representative you.
To whom do we give this information? Do you have a form? No. No, can we just, we have a list, we can just, put it on?
We're writing them down at this point, so,
One more thing, in your letter that you sent to us, you said the policies and previous policies and procedures committee, I think you said.
that's an ad hoc committee.
And do they have minutes and are those minutes available for us to see? Is there anything else they determined and what were they looking at? So oftentimes a new representative or delegate, and even at city level, city council, they'll come in with this great idea, but if somebody else has already thought of it and brought it forward 5 years ago, then maybe if we could see some of that, maybe the minutes of that group and how long ago it was, maybe some questions that somebody might have to ask will already be answered when they read that.
You get those, and it's a committee report, you get those with, along with all your other committee reports. And,
So
One of the.
well, if the policy needs, for whatever reason, there's a committee report generated,
Oh,
and that is then distributed along with all the other subcommittee reports to the executive committee, and then ultimately to the full delegation, along with the executive committee minutes. So, if they have met, then you got it.
One of the chief policies is to help us. Strafford County has something that's kind of unique, and that is we have representatives of Peace Development Authority, because that has, from the very beginning, has had a big impact economically on Strafford County, everything north of the bridges. And therefore, when the current PDA representative term expires, then it's our responsibility to nominate the new representative that goes to the governor for his or her approval and appointment of that representative who serves as term as in term. So that's one of the things we do. Okay, are there further issues, Representative? We have to be only for people. Not all of them, but the orders.
Thanks, all the members of policy.
That is a pleasure to meet you. And I usually select people, depending on what the situation is, and you, I believe you on the policy.
No, I'm not, this meeting is it members of.
Delegation. Members of the.
That's all.
It's something that always. It's just an ad hoc, it doesn't mean in terms of the budget. Anything else? Seeing none, and so please, if any of you have written down your contact information, let's get it in Jan's hands at this time. Okay. So, seeing none, we'll move to adjourn. Representative Petrie, second, Representative Bixby, and second, and all in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay, we're-